This has to be the worst and most unrealistic car buying rule to follow that I've ever read. I'll tell you what it is, and I'll tell you why you should not follow this car buying rule. First off, the average monthly payment as of this week on a new car remains above $700 a month. And the average car price is at more than 48 grand. And people in the highest income bracket now make up a larger portion of new car buyers than ever before. For example, in the 5 years leading up to December, the share of new car buyers earning more than $150,000 a year grew to 29%, up from 22%. And the percentage of new car buyers earning less than 55 grand and less than $75,000 a year shrunk to 31%, down from 37%. For years now, a lot of car buyers have been gravitating toward the pricier SUVs and pickup trucks versus the smaller and cheaper sedans, which has forced the automakers, because they're looking at bottom line, to stop producing these more affordable and less expensive sedans and compact cars. And get this, as of mid-March 2023, there were only 3,000 new vehicles in the entire U.S. priced under $20,000. Okay, back to this car buying rule that seems ridiculous and super unrealistic. According to the Financial Samurai, the number one car buying rule to follow is the 1/10 rule. The rule states that you should spend no more than 1/10 your gross annual income on the purchase price of a car. The car can be new or old, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as the car costs 10% of your gross income or less. Let's do the math on this. If your family makes $42,000 a year, limit the vehicle purchase to $4,200. If your family earns, let's say, $75,000 a year, the car purchase price should be $7,500 a year. And remember I said the average new car price costs now over 48 grand? If you absolutely have to buy one of those vehicles, you'd have to make $480,000 a year for your household income in order to buy that, which puts you in the top 1% income threshold as of today's numbers. See how this car buying rule doesn't really apply? This entire rule is predicated on financial freedom. Here's why the Financial Samurai says you should follow this rule. Number one, maintenance costs. The more you drive, the more you have to pay to maintain that vehicle. With thousands of parts per car, something will inevitably go wrong and need to be upgraded. Not only do you have to pay for the maintenance cost, you have to pay for insurance, parking tickets, and traffic tickets. I think this guy is having a lot of issues here. Further, the thrill of owning a new or used car only lasts a few months, which I do agree about. However, the pain of paying the same car payment will last for years. Number two, opportunity costs. When you buy a car, you lose the opportunity. Again, this is based on financial freedom. You lose the opportunity to invest your money in assets that will likely grow and pay you dividends in the future. Everyone knows that if you save early and often, then you will compound that money and have a better financial future. Next, if you pay more than 1/10 of your income for a car, you'll become more stressed. I understand some of that. Next, he says you'll want more. The nicer the car, the more you'll want to spend on other things, which seems odd. You'll start thinking stupid thoughts like, oh, I've got to buy a matching certain watch or shoes or an outfit. This is so silly. You'll start paying $20 for valet because you want people to see you come out of your car instead of parking for free. He also says it'll make you feel stupid if you're putting more than 1/10 of your income toward a car. Deep down, you know if you can't pay cash for a car, you probably can't afford it. Each payment is a reminder that you were stupid, you made a stupid decision financially, and all that money just goes out the door. That's what he says. Now, if you have bought a car that is too much for you to handle, that's beyond the 1/10, here's what you do. You own that car until it becomes worth 10% of your income or less. That's the number one thing. Next, bite the bullet and just sell the vehicle. That's not a bad idea either. He says there's no shame in owning a car that's worth less than $10,000. But can you find a vehicle worth less than $10,000 that will drive every single day and get you from point A to point B? Probably not. If anything, this 1/10 rule will be a motivator for you to either earn more, throw the idea out the window altogether, or just be smarter about how you shop for a vehicle. You can do that right now by going to quotes.everymandriver.com. It's a free search engine for the best deals on cars and being sold in your area, new or used. Quotes.everymandriver.com. Pick the make, model, and your zip code, and then qualified dealers who sell cars in your area will pop up. You can work with those guys, or you can change your zip code and be willing to travel a few miles to save a few hundred, possibly a few $1,000s on a brand new car if you want to go that route. That's quotes.everymandriver.com. But curious what your thoughts are on this 1/10 rule. I think it's super unrealistic. It's out there, and I don't want people to fall into the trap that you got to follow that or you're not good enough to have a car. You are good enough. These are new times. It's hard to find something at MSRP. I understand that. But these are different times. You got to pay a little bit more to get a car, but you can do it. I think you can.
Thanks for watching. Please click subscribe and give us a thumbs up. See you next time.